Yo, 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 yo. Good evening, lads and lasses. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little cheeky video for you. This is just a little preview the night before for the Brighton versus Manchester United game in the Premier League tomorrow at the Amex Stadium. What a shit name for a stadium, by the way. It's an abbreviation of American Express. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a shit name for a stadium, I think. Anyway, hope you're all good, everyone. Massive sellouts. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Sorry there's a little bit of a delay on getting this video out there tonight, but we are live right now. It's just after 10 o'clock. Hope you've all had a great day. Shout out to all you bloody heroes getting in here tonight and waiting patiently for the pig. I can see there's a bunch of you heroes in here. Let me give it a little cheeky little refreshton. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of you in here. Let's have a little look. Shout-outs to you all. Let's see who's in here. Josh Healy, Clam J, Sammy Hopkins, JP, Illy United, Marek Stachowski. Well, hello there. Matty the Rushmeister, Ellie, Miss Dude, Ride the Spiral, Matty, JP again, Primot, Marshall Granner. Hey, thank you so much for joining us tonight, lads and lasses, for the cheeky little preview. Do us a favour, hit that like button, smash a thumbs up on it, and let's get bang stuck into this one then. Oh, come on, United! We've got Brighton tomorrow, of course. We've got to smash them up, keep the momentum going. We're unbeaten in 14 now. There's no way these Brighton melts are going to get the better of United. Come on. They might get the better of mid-table fodder, like Arsenal. But they're not going to get the better of Manchester United, I don't think, tomorrow. Not this United side, in the vein of form that we're in, on the unbeaten run that we're in. With the little bit of confidence we've got, we've only got a Solskjaer at the wheel. With Paul Pogba in the centre of the park. With Tony Martial up top. With Marcus Rashford out on the wide left. There's no way they can stand a bloody chance. Anyway, guys, no, honestly, I do hope that we get the job done against Brighton tomorrow. Of course, it's a huge game for us. If you actually look at the form table, I was just looking at the form table, like the last 6 games, Manchester United are second in terms of the most points picked up in the Premier League. So we are in a good run of form. Brighton are down there in like 13th or something. So other than being able to beat Arsenal and stuff like that, it's like there's not much going on there. So I'm pretty sure United are going to get the job done. We're going to cast some spells on Harry Potter, their manager, or whatever his name is. You know, Expelliarmus, back to the championship you go. Something like that for Graham Potter tomorrow at the Amex. I hate that name. I just hate the name. Can we, what did it used to be called? We need to call it that. Screw the Amex, man. What a shit name. Anyway, JP says, Pig, Brighton battered you on FIFA. Mate, Brighton Alona is a real thing on FIFA. On FIFA, my friend. They are Brighton Alona. But in reality, they're not Brighton Alona. They're like Brighton Vigo. You know what I mean? Or Brighton Sociedad. You know what I mean? That's what they are in reality. And we're going to absolutely mash them in. So don't you worry about that one. Matt Rush says it might be a tough game. Yes, Matt Rush. I mean, the fact is that Brighton are on a little bit of a decent run, I guess, for them. And away at the Amex, it's a difficult place to go. I mean, I just want to read this stat out. Actually, I've got a couple of little stats written down here. So, quite interesting. Manchester United's most recent victory at Brighton, so away at Brighton, was in the First Division in 1982. Now, that's only because we've not played them a lot of times during that time, but still, you've got to go back to 1982 for a win for United at the Amex. Or not the Amex, wasn't called the Amex then. No doubt about it. That's a new Monty, Ponzi modern thing. All 5 Premier League meetings have been won by the home side, making it the division's most played fixture in which the hosts have a 100% record. So basically, in all the fixtures that Manchester United have played Brighton in the top flight in the Premier League anyway, the home side always wins. And obviously Brighton are the home side, so I don't think you can really read too much into that. But it is an interesting stat, and obviously these sorts of records and stuff, they are there to be broken, so hopefully United can do Brighton tomorrow and change that, that pattern. But it's quite interesting, isn't it? Brighton's only victories in their 22 fixtures against Manchester United in all competitions have come in each of the last 3 top-flight home meetings. Again, that's just a freaking pointless statistic, really. Brighton have 33 points after 31 matches, just 3 shy of their final tally last season. So, it's an improvement from last year, isn't it? And they are unbeaten in 3 matches. So you have to take that very seriously. And they've all been against sides which are actually in the top half of the table as well. So they're unbeaten in 3 matches against teams in the top half of the table, which includes Wolves, Arsenal, and Leicester. The Seagulls have kept 2 clean sheets in those 3 games, as many as they have managed in their previous 20 league fixtures. So, what does it mean? It means Brighton are in a good little bit of form. Defensively, just not. They seem obviously quite organised. Mopé popping up the other day to break Guna hearts, and they're looking pretty good, aren't they? They've kept a couple of clean sheets out their last 3 games. They've benefited from a top-flight high of 4 own goals in the Premier League this season. Only Neil Mopé with 9 has scored more goals for the Seagulls this campaign. Oh, that's awful. Brighton's starting 11 against Leicester was the youngest they fielded in a Premier League match at an average age of 25 years and 182 days. Okay, so quite interesting stats about Brighton there, everybody. Let me know what you guys think. But United's statistics, just to go into it real quick, they're unbeaten in 14 games in all competitions. We've won 10, we've drawn 4. We're in a very good bit of form under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, stretching long back before lockdown. We've scored 35 goals in those 14 games, which is absolutely brilliant, conceding 4. So in 14 games, we've scored 35 goals and conceded only 4. It doesn't even sound right, does it? Sounds like I'm just making that up. Sounds like bollocks, doesn't it? Is that legit? Well, that's what I found. So, 14 games, 35 goals, 4 conceded. Sounds bullshit, doesn't it? But it's true. It's actually true, lads and lasses. That's how good United have been. Best form. It's the best form we've been on since November 2016 to January 2017. So I'd say we're doing all right. We've tallied 49 points. It's our lowest since the 1990 to 91 campaign, but whatever. We require 17 points out of a possible 21 in our final 7 league fixtures to equal their points tally of last season. So we've got to win most of the games. But if you actually look at the teams we've got left to play, then it is quite a favourable run-in for Manchester United going into the latter part of the season. The Red Devils have kept 7 clean sheets in the last 12 Premier League matches, as many as they managed in their first 40 under manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So there you go, 7 clean sheets in our last 12 Premier League matches. 35 goals and 4 conceded in that time of 14 games. It's quite unbelievable, really. Okay, so those are the head-to-head stats. So just a little bit of interesting sort of information for you lads and lasses. Let's get into the nitty-gritty then. I know you guys want to see what sort of team you think we're going to put out, and of course it is on the right here. It's been here the whole time, and I apologise, I didn't know it was there. It wasn't meant to be there, guys. It was supposed to be like that. We were supposed to be seeing the live chat. But no, what have I done? I've had a fucking mare. And I put the freaking team up from the start, completely ruining the whole idea of revealing the team. Anyway, there it is, guys. There it is. That's the team. This is the team that I think we're going to put out against Brighton tomorrow. The reason I say that is because, look, there was some wholesale changes in the game against Norwich. A lot of the players have had to have a lot of minutes on the pitch there. There are some players that were playing in the previous games as well, like Bruno Fernandes. Remember, Bruno Fernandes played the entire 120 minutes in the game against Norwich City. That is not ideal for somebody that's played every minute of every game, I believe, since coming back into the side after lockdown. Now, he did seem to suffer a little bit from maybe a bit of fatigue in the last game out. It wasn't one of his finest performances in the United shirt. I'm not going to get on him. I mean, he's a class act, that man, in every single way. His effort levels, his belief, his leadership, his effort out there. You can't really criticise him apart from to say it just didn't happen for him the other day. And it wasn't a good performance by him. It's okay to say that, but at the same time, he is a quality player. He is a leader for United out there on the pitch. But I don't think he's going to be playing in this game. I think he will be omitted from the team by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tomorrow, just simply because of his performance last time out, looking a little bit tired, playing all those minutes. Maybe he'll start the game, but this is just a little hunch feeling that I've got, and I've been wrong before. But I don't think Bruno Fernandes is going to be playing in the game tomorrow. That's probably going to be the biggest omission, and I just thought I'd start with that because it is obviously, one of the most interesting topics who's going to be starting in the game. But this is the lineup then. I think it's pretty much similar to what we saw in the game before the last one, which was, who was that against now? Bloody hell. Anyway, it's gone out of my freaking mind, but anyway, it's a good performance. Manchester United done well, and Sheffield United, wasn't it? That's right. We looked the best we have done for a long time against Sheffield United, with Martial up top there, with Rashford on the left. And I think if you look at some of the situations that have happened and that have arisen during that time, such as Daniel James not looking so great, Greenwood replacing him looking fantastic, Matic coming into the side and having a great performance and generally looking more comfortable than the likes of McTominay and Fred. This is just the sort of vibe that I'm getting from the side at the moment. And there's only really one change in the back line, which I think is going to happen, which is just Luke Shaw, only because he's played the last 3 games. He's played a lot of minutes. He's had a lot of game time. And I think this will be the perfect game for Brandon Williams to go in there and be unleashed and try and sort it out and have a go at filling in that left-back position in this particular game. Because, like I say, Luke Shaw has played a bunch of games. I think the back line will remain largely the same as what we've been doing in the league. So we will have Maguire and Lindelof and Aaron Wan-Bissaka with David De Gea in goal. And then, in the midfield there, you could really take your selection pick, whatever. But I've just based it on how we can get Bruno Fernandes to have a cheeky little rest and still have a very effective team and still keep that midfield happy and everything. And yeah, you could put Juan Mata in there instead of Bruno Fernandes. That maybe makes a lot more sense rather than what we did last time out, playing Juan Mata on the right. I didn't really understand that from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It pisses me off. And also playing Jesse Lingard. No need to play this guy. Sorry, Jesse. See you later on, son. But anyway, the point is, if he played Mata in the hole, I'd be absolutely fine with that. And if he played Pogba and Matic as the 2 holding midfielders, or McTominay and Matic, or Fred and Matic, or Fred and McTominay, or Fred and Pogba. If he played any of those in the centre of midfield, that'd be absolutely fine if you've got Matic in front. Mata in front. But what I'm feeling is Pogba in the hole. Yeah? Sound crazy? Madness? Not really. But it just sort of makes sense. I'd like to see that anyway. I'd like to see Pogba in the hole because he's not going to play there a lot this season with Bruno Fernandes doing that main role for us in that position. So this is a good opportunity if Bruno is to be rested, that maybe we could see Pogba just pulling the strings a little bit more like he has been doing, to be fair, but in a slightly more advanced, influential position. See how he does it there. And then the rest of the team's really unchanged because I just think Greenwood offers a lot more than Daniel James over on that right-hand side. Marcus Rashford's pretty much first name on the team sheet on the wide left position. And Tony Martial up top last time out against Sheffield United. Wow, he got himself a hat-trick. It was absolutely insane. So a proper performance by Tony Martial last time out. Got himself the hat-trick, proper centre-forward performance, great runs, great positioning, great finishing, great everything really. He couldn't really fault it. I give him a 10 out of 10. It's as simple as that. He didn't put a foot wrong. I think he had 4 chances, banged in 3 of them. The other one, I think he set up for Rashford, which was an open goal, and he spooned it. So it was a faultless performance last time out for Tony Martial, which is why, of course, he's up there instead of Odion Ighalo in this game. I think we'll try and go and get the job done. But what do you guys think about this selection that I've put out there then? David De Gea, Brandon Williams, Maguire, Lindelof, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Matic, Fred, Pogba, Greenwood, Rashford, and Martial. Now, listen, this isn't my 11. This isn't me going, this is the team that I want to put out. It's a pretty damn good looking team, actually, but this is just the team that I think Manchester United will play. That's the selection that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will make in the game tomorrow. Obviously, there may be a bunch of differences, but this is just what I'm thinking. And you can sort of see that what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was trying to do. Last time out, he's made 8 changes for that FA Cup game against Norwich. 8 changes. So obviously, he's got a lot of games coming thick and fast. He's got to change things up from game to game. They're all coming every couple of days. So you'd think that the team that was so successful against Sheffield United a couple of days before that Norwich City game, which he then had to make 8 changes to for that cup game, would come back into it largely, which is why I've gone for this. But I have left Bruno Fernandes out just because he's played a lot of minutes over the last week or so, and his last game just made him look a little bit tired, and he could probably benefit from not starting the game anyway. So that's what I've gone for. Guys, what do you think then, everybody? Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. Please do us a favour if you're watching and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Sorry we're late going tonight. I know it's piss poor, isn't it? It's after 10 o'clock when we're getting going. But sorry about that. Got a bit of a tight chest this evening as well. JP, he says Lingard can score a bicycle kick with a toilet roll. Give that guy some credit. Hey, fair play, mate. Maybe if he's got a career as a spokesperson for Andrex or something, but not for Manchester United, I don't think. Ice Queen Gaming, how you doing, Dawn? Thanks for getting in here. Good to see you this evening. Josh Healy says, I would put Andreas in there. Mata not quick enough. Lingard, well, that explains itself, and Andreas played against them at home. So I just play him. Yeah, the thing is with Andreas Pereira, though, Josh Healy, is he's just absolutely shit. And I'm sorry to say that. Maybe that's a little bit harsh, but in all honesty, I've seen a lot of games from Andreas in the United shirt, and I've been disappointed by the lad. He's not 18. He's not 17. No, he's like 23 or something. He should be doing a lot better than he has done. And I understand it was a struggling side, but over the course of the season, he's looked like one of the most bang average players. He is mobile. He can get around. But his final product's pretty awful from my experience. And I understand what you're saying about Mata. I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got it right at all in the last game by selecting Mata in a wide right position. I've never liked to see Mata out wide. He doesn't have the pace. All you get is he has to cut it inside. The defender has to overlap. So Aaron Wan-Bissaka in this instance, or Dalot it was the other day, the defender has to overlap because Mata's got to go inside, which draws the defender inside, of course. They're covered in the middle. It does give us space for an overlapping run for somebody like Dalot, for instance, the other day. But if that doesn't work out, which it didn't a bunch of times, then you are exposed because you've got little Wani Mata up there, and then you've got your right back who's in front of him. And so if it doesn't work out, like if he hits the first defender and they get possession back, they can counter very, very quickly, like they did the other day, Norwich did with Cantwell. You know, you kept seeing that. And that's the issue I have with Wan Mata on the right. I think he's brilliant technically. I think he can thread a ball through. He's got the vision. He's got the pace. He's got everything. Even that goal that Igalo scored, you know, there was something to do with Wan Mata in that. I think he's just about got a touch on it, maybe. So he is an intelligent footballer. He does create things, but he's never been a wide player. I just don't like him there at all. I think it's silly. But in all honesty, if you ask me, who would I rather see in the side, Wan Mata or Andreas Pereira? It's not even a close competition for me because I just think Andreas Pereira's so bang average, whereas at least Mata's just sort of aging and maybe he's had his better years. But in all honesty, he's still technically fantastic and one of the best players in the Premier League over the last, 7 or 8 years? Some people may laugh at that. But he won Chelsea's Player of the Season twice in a row right there. So that's got to be considered. Okay, maybe not one of the best because you're talking about players like De Bruyne, Silva, you know, these sorts of guys, and he's not up to that standard. You know, it's not just about he's not. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that sentence back. Joshua Whitfield, he says if United do not put Bruno in the team, they will not play good. But with both Pogba and Bruno, they will play brilliant. Well, remains to be seen, doesn't it? We shall see. There's every chance that they'll both be playing. There's every chance that Bruno will be playing in the whole. Obviously, the team I've got up there on the screen is just sort of taking into consideration that he did look a little bit tired the other day. He did play 120 minutes. And I love Bruno's commitment. You know, there's that clip that I shared on my Twitter of him in the last few moments of the game where he's done a lung-busting run to get right back to United's byline to stop a run by Brighton. And, you know, he never stops running. He never stops trying. And he's a very fit person. Like, hello, sailor. No, he's very fit. Do you know what I mean? He's very fit. And he's out there doing his bits and bobs for United for 120 minutes. And I'm sure he could probably start in this game and play 60 minutes and be subbed off, you know, or even continue on. But yes, I know what you're saying. United are a better team with Bruno Fernandes in there, 100%. In fact, I would say over the time since he's been here since January, he is our most influential player over that course of that time. So yes, I agree with you, my friend. Obviously, since lockdowns come back into it, I'd have to say Pogba's probably been our most influential player, which is sort of why I put that team out on there anyway. But let me get rid of the team now, lads and lasses, so we can see your beautiful comments. Shout out to you all for tuning in tonight. I'll get rid of the team there. We can all see your comments now, everyone. So get your thoughts and opinions in, everyone. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your predictions for the team. I want to hear your predictions for the game. I actually do think it's going to be quite a tight game. I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to Manchester United with Martial and Rashford getting on the score sheet. I don't know what's going to happen with Brighton, but I've just got a feeling, if you look at their form, they're actually looking pretty good at the moment. It's a tough place to go right now. They haven't conceded a lot of goals in the last few games. They're looking lively. And I just think it's going to be a difficult game. But United, on the back of a 14-game unbeaten run where we scored 37 goals and conceded 4, I'd say, you know, the odds are stacked in our favour. Now, if you look at the history books, we don't do well at Brighton. The home side in this fixture usually comes out on top, which is Brighton, but that doesn't mean anything. Eddie O2 in the house. What's going on, Eddie O2? He says Pogba is most influential overall, but he needs to now be consistent. I agree. Yeah, you see, this is the thing. It's funny. People have very short memories in football. Like, I remember seeing a whole bunch of people after the first Pogba game where he's come on and played half an hour. And everyone's like, Pogba's back. Look, here he is. What we were missing back in there. And in a way, he was. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, you have to do it consistently. You have to show it week to week to week. And I don't expect it every single game because everyone's human. Like, look at Bruno. Bruno was amazing for 6 games. Had a bit of a dodgy game last time out against Norwich. Bit of a dodgy game by Bruno. It's going to happen. Happens to every player. But it's about having 1 or 2 dodgy performances out of 10, not 5 or 6 dodgy performances out of 10. You know what I mean? So that is what we're looking for from these professional players. Consistency. Michael Carrick, 7 out of 10 every week. That's the sort of stuff that we're looking for. We're not looking for players who are world-class world beaters one week and then the invisible man the next week, which we have seen that a little bit from Paul Pogba over his United career. I'm not saying now, don't get me wrong, I'm not dissing Pogba. I'm loving what he's done. Coming back into United's side after lockdown, after his surgery. He looks bang up for it. He's trying, he's motivated. You can see he's hungry. He wants to help this United side. So I've got no problem with it at all. I just want him to do it consistently now and take that mantle. But one thing I would say is when he's been playing the last couple of games, he has taken those games by the scruff of the neck and has really tried to lead and pull the strings for United and create and just influence the side really well. So he's not gone missing at all. He's not been a passenger in those games at all. He looks bang up for it. He looks committed to the cause. So I've got to be happy with what I'm seeing from Paul Pogba at the minute. Hey, thank you so much for that, Clam J. He sent a super chat in. And he simply says, Jesse Lingard is not worth a $3.99 super chat. Oh my days, that is bloody hilarious. Well, you've done it anyway, Clam J. You have done it anyway. But you're right about that. I mean, in terms of value, I mean, I don't know if there's too many people that would pay you that much money to take Jesse Lingard right now. Bear in mind, his contract is on what? I think he's on 120 to 150 grand a week, Jesse Lingard, from if my memory serves me correctly. So nobody's really going to come and pay that money for Jesse Lingard. Nah, mate. You probably would get $3.99 from, paying that weekly wage. G Wolf says, my thoughts on Gomez is that if Ollie really wanted him, he would play him, even if it was from the sub bench. So obviously Ollie doesn't think Ollie would be good for United. Right, okay, G Wolf, yes. So yeah, basically, Angel Gomez hasn't signed a new contract yet, has he? It's looking likely that he maybe will be leaving Manchester United on a free. 19 years of age, developing this guy for years, good young talent. End of the day, if you're good enough, you're old enough. And he's just not been quite good enough. But at the same time, though, when we have seen him, he's not been good. But at the same time, he seems to have talent. He's done it in the youth side. He's only 19. And what you have to factor in as well is the fact that he's not getting the game time much in the top in their first team. People like Jesse Lingard, crikey, just put it this way. If Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had just sacked off Lingard, which it probably looks like he's going to anyway, because he should, because he's useless every single time, including the last game we saw him. Don't know why Solskjaer selects him, because time and time again, when he does select him, he doesn't get anything given back to him. He just gets an awful performance because Jesse's bang average. But if he'd have given all of those opportunities this season to Angel Gomez might have impressed, Angel Gomez might have improved, Angel Gomez would have improved, because he'd have had experience, game time in the top flight there. He also may have been way more inclined to stay on and sign another contract for Manchester United. So we can all blame the player and say he doesn't want to sign, we don't want players like that. But he has hardly had any games. And if he wants to progress his career, the fact is he's looking at that first team, seeing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer select Lingard over him, who's repeatedly awful, I don't blame Angel Gomez one bit for wanting to go. I mean, fair enough. He's just not been played. He's not been getting any game time. He seems to have talent. He's a young lad. It's a big shame. But I do kind of think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has got it wrong with selecting Lingard over Gomez this season. It's easy to say, though, in hindsight, isn't it? It's very easy to say in hindsight, because if Jesse goes out there and performs, nobody says anything. But because he keeps selecting Jesse, and Jesse keeps underperforming and keeps looking bad out there, people are going, well, you should have just put Gomez in there. You know? So you can't win. Nice one. Josh Healy says, we have until midnight tomorrow. Hopefully he signs. Yes, very true. Hopefully he does sign. It would be very nice if we get the business wrapped up, because he's a classy player. For a young lad, I mean, from what we've seen from him, he's got a lot. He's got some talent, and I think it'd be a waste just to let him go on a free, especially if he ended up going to a rival or somebody like that. Gary Soames, how you doing, Gary? He says, Piggo, are you well, dude? Is the missus doing a vid with you tomorrow? Not too bad, Gary Soames, mate. How are you doing? And no, haven't seen the missus too much. I saw her a couple of days ago, but no, she's not around for the game tomorrow, mate. Otherwise, she would be in the background giving it her old cackle action. Do you know what I mean? But we will get back to that soon, I'm pretty sure. Gaz Elliott says, I'd rather play with 10 players than Lingard. There you go, Gaz Elliott, 100%. It was kind of like that the other day. He kind of did hinder us by -2. Matty the Rushmeister, he says, if Gomez stays, where does he fit into the team? I'd say he fits into the team in Jesse Lingard's position, which would be, a backup, but ahead of Jesse Lingard. G Wolf United says, I don't blame Gomez and don't blame Ollie. I think it's a catch-22 situation. There you go. You can't, Ollie Gunnar, what's he going to do? Go with somebody who is selected a few times and hasn't impressed and hasn't looked that good, only really looked good in pre-season? Or does he go with somebody who's experienced, who's on 150k a week, who should perform but doesn't? Steve Johnson, how you doing? He says, hey, you pig, United should win 2-1, but will not be an easy game. I fully agree with you, my friend, and I've gone for exactly the same prediction. That's my prediction, 2-1 to United. Rashford and Martial getting on the score sheet, and tough game. That's what I'm going for too. If you look at the stats, looks like it'll be a tough game. Zahir, who's no? How are you doing, Zahir? Giving it the piggy nose snout emoji. Shout out to you, Zahir. Illy United says, Gaz, I don't agree. Lingardinho is the best player in history. Fair play. Well, his career's not stopped yet. Primot says, Gomez will be playing CAM for Fulham in 3 years' time. Bye-bye, Angel. There you go. So, no love lost for Gomez if he does go there. And I mean, to be fair, he's 19. He's not really had a chance to have an impact at United. He's not a Greenwood, is he? At that age, he's not come into the side and performed. Or like Brandon Williams. And that's half of it, It's not just being good and young and having the talent. You've got to take your opportunity when it comes. Marcus Rashford given the opportunity by Louis van Gaal. He took it. He burst on the scene. He scored. That's why Rashford's where he is today, really. Because he took his first initial opportunities. Brandon Williams, same thing with him. He's been promoted to the side by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he's performed largely every time he's been in there. So that's it. When you called upon, if you want to get in the side, if you want to have a plan, or if you want to be part of the manager's plans, you got to take your chances when you get in the first team and perform. Matty Lewis says, Ollie and the staff see him every day. If they think he's not ready or has moped about thinking he's due to play, no one has a divine right to play. You've got to earn it. Obviously hasn't impressed in training. There you go. It's another factor as well. Yeah, like surely if he was ripping it up in training and looking fantastic and outshining Lingard at every training session, he's going to get in the side. But yeah, you're right. The fact is, he's just, I think it's too much too soon for a lot of these young footballers. A few years ago, or, certainly 20, 25 years ago, if you were a young player in Manchester United's youth setup, crikey, you had the world at your feet, literally. And there's all these opportunities in front of you, and you were not expecting to get into the side of experienced players anytime soon. You've got to work your way into it, absolutely. And players were prepared to stay around. Think of how many players stayed around United's youth setup and then ended up playing for like Lincoln City or something just because we've kept them around. They never were able to break into the side. But they're a good player, but yeah, just didn't quite work out from whether it's your Ben Forneys or your Ronnie Warworks or whoever, There's so many good players that have come through United's setup that are just not to that top level, and that's the sad reality. So maybe he's just one of those. Ultra Whiz Boy says, I'm going to go pig. I'm super tired. Thanks, Ultra Whiz Boy, for getting in here. Have a great evening. Good evening to you, pal. Eagle says he'd probably go to Arsenal. Voodoo Chili says, I wouldn't play for a team who wouldn't win a major trophy for 40 years, saying Joe Gomez. Well, he better not sign for Liverpool then, Voodoo Chili. Because rumour has it, it was 30 years since they won the Premier League, mate. Fucking hell. That is shit, isn't it? Joseph LVR says, hey, Pig, do you think Dalot can become one of the best right-backs in the world? Joseph, I'm going to be honest, no. But look, I don't want to be negative. I think he's a good young player. He's only 19 himself, 20. So maybe, look, maybe. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like Aaron Wan-Bissaka levels of class. I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the reason I think Dalot can't become the best right back in the world is because of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, basically, because he's going to be the best right back in the world. So he pretty much already is, and he's only 21 himself. So, no. I do think Dalot's a good player, though, but I just think he's miles behind somebody like Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He is a bit younger, though. Eddie O2 says, the fool who locked Lingard and Mata into big boy contracts has compromised the hierarchy of talent. Yes, that's very true, Eddie O2. Yeah, like, how can you justify not paying Ander Herrera the money when Jesse Lingard's on 150k a week? You know what I mean? Hey, Andrew Cudden, he says, new to the channel, how's everybody? Hey, great to see you there, Andrew. Nice to have a new face in here. Yeah, not too shabby, mate. Just going to wrap things up in a minute. I just wanted to jump on, do a sort of quick 30-minute preview of the game. Of course, we've got the Man United-Brighton game tomorrow. We're away at the Amex. The Amex, the Amex, whatever you want to call it. It's a really shite name for a stadium, whatever it is. I think they should call it the Hot Chip. The Hot Chip Stadium. Do you know what I mean? I could get behind that. And we're going over to the Hot Chip now. The Seagulls have dived in for another, call it the Hot Chip Stadium. They're the freaking Seagulls, mate. Anyway, Juice Z says, can Dalot play midfield? Good finish versus Tranmere. Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. He's actually looked very good in some games. And he's very lively down the right. I think he's a good attacking wing back, if you like. Maybe he could play right wing or something. I don't know. It's an option. He's young. He's adaptable. He can play on the wings. He definitely can play on the wings. So, yeah, good option. Josh Healy says, who would take Ander Herrera back? I mean, I wouldn't now. Because although the hierarchy at the club made it maybe a little bit untenable for him in terms of we were paying Sanchez 500k a week, he wanted 300k a week, we said nah, PSG said we'll pay you 300k a week. You can't really blame him. But at the same time, that ship has sailed. That ship has sailed. He was one of the most committed midfielders to us. But he wasn't Scholes, he wasn't Keane, he was good, but he wasn't great. And that's it for me. Thank you, Juice said. He says, smash a like. Yes, please do hit that thumbs up button, lads and lasses. If you've been watching this stream this evening, much appreciated. Sorry we're getting going very, very late. It's obviously after 10 p.m, so I apologise for that one. But there you go. We've actually got quite a good turnout of legends tuning in here. Almost hit 50 likes as well. So shout out to all you legends that have chucked a thumbs up on it. And there's 65 of you legends tuned in late night for a bit of preview action. Get your thoughts and opinions in now. Eddie O2 says Andrex Stadium. Why? Because it's sort of soft and overpriced. Oh. Steve Johnson says, hit the like button for the pig. This is a happy place no matter who you support. Absolutely, Steve. All are welcome here. Even that Voodoo Chili Liverpool scummer, you know, who keeps getting in here with a bit of bants. Fair play to you, Voodoo Chili. Do you know what I mean? Keep the bants coming, it's fine, as long as it's not abusive and it's respectful. You can say what you want. Tarek says, do you think we will sign Sancho? My gut feeling is yes. But in all honesty, I think it's 50-50. It depends if we get Champions League football, if our board are prepared to actually go in and get our man. Because what you have to remember about our board and Woodward, they meander around. They take a long old time. They try and get a great deal for the club, which, you know, sometimes it does work out. But it's a long, drawn-out process usually. You've seen that with Harry Maguire. You've seen that with Bruno Fernandes. Crikey, wouldn't it be amazing if we could just get a deal done out of the blue with like a Zlatan or something like that, where there's no dicking around, where it's just like, yeah, nice, we got our man. That would be fantastic, and but I don't see that happen. I think if United sign him, it will be a long, drawn-out process. It'll probably be in the summer, but there'll be negotiations, all this stuff. And whether or not another big club's going to come in and snatch him off of us is another question. And or whether or not we're even in a position to really justify a player like that coming. And what I mean by that is we need to have Champions League football next year. So that's a factor. But also what I do like about the Manchester United Sancho connection is that, you know, he's been in Manchester before playing. So he knows the area. It's not like, oh, he's moving to somewhere completely unknown. Also, he's going to get game time here. Anybody can see that that's probably our weakest position on that side of the pitch. I know Greenwood's looked great in that position, and I'd be happy giving Greenwood the time because I think it's just going to further develop him. But we've got Dan James there. You know, it's not exactly the strongest position on the pitch. We need a worldie. And if we have Sancho, he is a worldie. If you look at the stats, what he's doing in the Bundes at 19 years of age, he's unreal. So if we had Rashford, Martial, Sancho, I mean, it just sounds like a trident of penetration up there, guys. Proper trident of penetration. Matty Rush says, Josh, great young player. Andrew Connor says, which CDM would you get, Pig? I rate Wilfred Ndidi at Leicester City. I know I keep banging on about him, but I just think he's good. He's young. He's athletic. I like him. Thomas Partey's another good shout. Ideally, it would be somebody like Kante, wouldn't it? N'Golo Kante. Right, guys, I'm going to have to wrap this video up because I need to have a number 2. I'm very, very sorry. Oh! Anyway, guys, no, seriously, shouldn't have shared that with you, but it's true. I'm pretty desperately need the toilet right now. So I'm going to go. But I want to say thank you so much to everybody that's tuned in tonight for the preview. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that like button, lads and lasses. Smash the fook out of it, just like we're going to do with Brighton tomorrow. The Seagulls, we're gonna de-feather them. And we're going to have them for dinner. You know what I mean? Nobody eats seagulls, do they? Why's that? Here they come. They come swooping down, eating our bloody hot chips out of our hands, taking our cod portions that we paid for, flying off into the sunset. Nobody eats seagulls, do they? I'm going to go downtown and club a seagull and have a seagull pie just to see what they're like. I'm joking. I'd never do that. Anyway, guys. Right, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Ride the Spiral, Spike Blighty, Eddie O2, Isaac, how you doing? Eagle, Matty Rush, Josh Healy, Spike Blighty, Gaz Elliott, Matty Lewis, Steve Johnson, Eddie O2, Primot, everybody, guys. I'm gonna go now because I'm starting to squirm because I've got to go to the toilet. But that's what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to dump all over Brighton at the Amex. It's not your usual style of preview on this channel. But I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Smash that subscribe button. Click that bell icon to be notified when we post live on the channel. Tomorrow, watch along versus Brighton, 8:15 p.m. kickoff. Be there or be a Gingy David Moyes or something. You know, so be there, basically. You don't want to be that. Please do us a favour. Hit that thumbs up button on this one. Subscribe if you do. Follow me on social media at Flying Pig United. Check out the website, flyingpigunited.com. Facebook page, Flying Pig United. Twitter at Mr. Flying Pig HD. Right, guys, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. This is the Pig. Who else needs a shout out at the end? Gaz Elliott, Matty Rush, Eddie O2, Spike Blighty, Ellie. DJ Disco Dave, Eddie O2, Matty the Rushmeister, Griffo Chaz. Laters, lads and lasses, stay classy. See you tomorrow for the game. Come on, United. We're going to smash up these seagull melters. Oh, yeah. It's time to make a seagull pie out of them, like I said. Stop talking about food. I've got to go. I need the toilet. Right, guys. Stay classy. This is the Big. We'll see you tomorrow for the watch along. Come on, United.